making a pool mold to get this part from this mold. I'll show you how to make this mold. Keep watching. Here is a complete mold, so that is how it came out after it's set. As you can see, the sticks are quite strong inside here. So I'm now going to take this part out, and then at the same time I'm going to take this one out as well. This is the cockpit cone for the viewing. This is the main intake. Okay, I put rubber bands around to hold to stabilize the sticks that hold these four drain sticks, which will be holes in place, because the hot glue does not stick to the silicone. So try and keep this in camera the whole time. Okay, and I've got my trusty pliers handy just in case I need to I probably would need to pull these out with the pliers. Okay, so let's do that anyway. I'd like to use these curved pliers. Okay, they seem to work quite well. Okay. So remember, there's a little bit of hot glue on the tip of each one, which I'll need to dig out of the mold afterwards. And I'm trying not to damage the main or the master part pattern inside. Okay, so let me pull this loose. Okay, if need be, like I explained before, I will cut on the sides, cut a, what do you call it, an area where I can actually stick my hand in to pull this plug out. Let me move the camera slightly. Okay, here's a little piece of putty for the fill hole. So I know where that is over here. And then I've got the little piece of wood inside that is the drainage areas, drainage pipes. Okay, and there's quite a few of them. So what you want to do is release the area where it's sticking with the silicone sticking together, where I sprayed the release agents. Let me see, did I get all of them here? No, it's one here. And one here and one here. I'm sorry, two over here. And one over here. Another one. And one more. I think it's all in. Okay, now for the hard part. Just putting this out. Let's see. It's probably easier to get my fingers into the thinner sides, which is probably these two. Let me just cut this off so I can get grip on the edge. Okay, disposable scalpel. Cuts through this like anything, very easily. Okay. Now, as mentioned before, don't cut yourself. Just level off this top. Okay, let's see. Yep, there's one more stick over here. This is like a sleeve, but I don't know. This is not an easy pull. I'm going to need to cut down the sides to get my fingers in. And as I mentioned before, you must choose the right side. So you look. I can try and go zigzag down, but what I'm going to do is afterwards, before I actually cast, I'll stick a rubber band around the top. Okay, so let's see, I'm trying to miss the key. You can see the keys in my finger. Okay, here's the key. Okay, which is the nut that is sticking out from the putty. Okay, so I'm going to go to angle, I'm going to zigzag it. So it forms its own key. Okay, now I'm going to go straight down. Okay, so one side's opening up quite nicely. And as you can see, it's keying together again the way I cut it. Okay, and it might not be necessary on the other side. The less you do that to mold, the better. I'm not going to want to have too many lines. And the nice thing with this is it won't form a seam on the actual model, because it's actually on the silicone that's on the inside. Okay, I'm going to do on the other side as well. So find the spot, same procedure, zigzag. Try not to cut the inside silicone. Down there. Okay, again it's keying together. Okay, so that's better. And now we've got this. You might need to get lower on this cut. Go down further. This one. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's actually all the way down where the silicone is on the inside. As you can see, it stops basically where my cut stopped. Okay, so now if need be, get a second person to maybe hold it open for you and then pull the part out. And when you do a casting of this type, I'm on my own. Okay, so I'm going to grab the whole thing and just pull it. Okay, and the thing is, these two plugs on each side is preventing it from the main part from coming out. Okay, so just there. So I'm going to have to pull out the plug first. Okay, not easy. Try not to break the pot. This is called arguing with the mold. I'm going to try and take this plug won't come out. Also because it does not have any release agent on it. So now I'm going to cut this down further. Okay. And get more grip. Now I want to pull this far enough apart to actually release the two holes that's on the top and the bottom. And I don't have a third person, so let's improvise and use the edge of the table. See, this was why I was considering making this a two-part mold, but I did not do that. So let me go down even more on this. Let's see. This next section is also a hole where the side intakes detail sits. I'm going to cut right into that. And this is the first time I'm actually doing this mold. It is experimentation till I actually get the part out. Okay, this one. And as you can see, I'm cutting zigzag all the way. Okay, so it's pieced together. Whew, I was getting full. Okay, that's better. Now this part's actually got the little holes where the pipe goes into that actually supports the part. It's holding, sticking. There we go. So now I can fold this whole thing open completely. Pull this out. Oh, man, fighting with this mold. Okay, so making cut open molds with a simple piece is easy. It's not a simple piece like this, not easy. Okay, I'm going to cut down further. No choice. Just a little bit. I'm not going to tear the mold either. That's better. We'll do this. I will speed this video up till it comes out. Possibly not, but I will decide. Yeah, I'll come back once I've taken it out and continue the video, because now I'm sweating, I need to rest. I'm back with the two-part pull mold, and as you can see, after my last struggle there, which I think I might have carried on too long with, my wife actually helped me to pull this part out. I had to eventually split it in two and then shove a rod through it and then pull it out. That's the only way I could get it out. But once it was out, the initial one, because the silicone sticks to the part more than what's reasonable when you're casting it, so now it's easier to remove. And I've already prepared the mold as I planned. I'll splice in right here, right now, a photo of how it looked when it came out, and you'll see these sticking up when I pull it out. And you can remove them with the pliers before and pull them out if you're doing a pull mold. But this mold worked very, very well. So here's the inner. The part is over here now, the complete part, and this was inside. And it took two people, my wife and myself, to pull this out. Okay, so the important thing what I did on this mold when I designed it was this section that goes in over here needs to be flush on the inside, because if it protrudes, you'll never get that piece out. It has to slide over the top of it. As you can see over here, it's smooth. But I have included two keys on it to make sure that it actually sits the right distance away from the main part. Okay, and as you can see, here's the hole right here, and the other one I think is in the center of this one, where I shoved a metal rod through to pull it out. Okay, and once you add your mold release before you actually cast the part, it will pull out very easily. Okay, the part isn't perfect, it will need work, as I do with all my molds. If I'm not prepared to repair it myself, then I won't sell it. Okay, this one has got a flaw over here, which is minor, which I can fix, but I don't see it in the molds. I think maybe it was some other reason. I'll have to do a couple more tests to see why. And I don't think there were any other issues there. They had a couple of dimples because bubbles were stuck in the mold because it's a high mold. Okay, so I will clear plots off as much as I can of dimples if there is. Generally there aren't, but if they're in an area where that's on a detail, then I will sand it off. But feel free, you do pull mold to do what you want, because I mean I'm not. This video isn't for the sport. This video is to show how the mold is made. So these 4 holes. There's a pointer. We're on, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're drained very well. The little bubble over here, that's nothing. This part won't be seen, but the rest is came out very, very well, very good. Okay, as you can see, I did cut this open. Okay, with a zigzag to make sure that it keys together very well. And then when the part is together with this inside, rubber bands, if it's a high mold this way, you need to make sure rubber bands are all the way around the main part, else you're going to have leaking of resin out the bottom. Okay, and I've got 2 big keys on the side, which are these nuts. Okay, and it only goes in one way because I've got the square filler, which corresponds to over here. Okay, and then it only goes in one way. So goes in, come up with the video slightly, goes in, and then okay, and then get rubber bands, and then Bob's your uncle. Okay, I've written 200 over here because this is a 200mm full. You don't have too much, and then basically I'll hold it upright and fill it up with a syringe until I actually see resin coming out the drain holes, and then I'll rotate the mold to make sure that it actually drains out of the corners. I forgot to show you guys this pull mold of the canopy of a model, and this is the beaving model, and it looks exactly the same. This is the part, came out very nice. Also has 3 drain holes and 1 fill hole. There's a fill and 3 drain, and then the rubber band, and this part just same thing, cut the sides and it pops out. It's got a piece of flashing. Okay, and same over here, just slides over, so there's no protruding parts that will actually hold the piece so it doesn't come out. Okay, and there's the drain holes, and that's a fill. Okay, very nice mold, come out pretty well. Okay, that's it for this. Share, subscribe, comment, advice will be appreciated. Thanks, cheers.